Hi, I hope you are all doing amazing. I want to send out a big thank you to all of you. Thank you for subscribing. I know there's not many, and I'm okay with that. This wasn't meant to be a money generating channel for me. It was meant to be what I was told was proof, because we all want proof in the material plane. When things start to happen, then you can go back and say, see, I talked about it a year ago. See, I talked about it a year and a half ago. So there you go. But anyway, for those of you that are subscribed and are listening and watching my videos, and for those of you that are actually applying some of the stuff, great job. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope this stuff is helping. It's not always easy to get big esoteric information and digest it and then give it to a large group of people. Reason being is because, it's big information. It doesn't always get through people's belief systems, for one. And then for two, not everything is going to fit everyone, because we're all different. We're all unique. Now, is there some things that are clear that, yes, this is the way, this is the pathway. How you get there is up to you, but yes, this is the way. Yes, that is true. So anyway, a big thank you to you, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and I'm here for you. All right, which is what I want to go into today. In this video, I want to talk to you about abuse. And I'm I'd almost say I'm an expert, honestly, at this point in abuse, because I have been through every single type of abuse that there is, and to some pretty extremes: sexual, mental, physical, emotional. I've dealt with cults. I've dealt with spiritual warfare. I've dealt with attacks. I've also dealt with what I want to talk about today, which is religious and spiritual abuse. And to me, I think religious and spiritual abuse, I think it is the worst of all of them. And here's why. Because at the center of who you are as a being, not just a human, as a human, but as a being, as a greater being, is the I am. What is the I am? I am that I am is God. I am God. God and I are one. Jesus was trying to teach this back in his day when he said, I and the Father are one. What he was trying to say is there's no separation between me here in this form and God the Father. I embody that energy within me, therefore that's why I can perform all these miracles. People didn't quite understand what he was trying to teach, but that was what he was trying to teach. The only downside to his teachings was that he did not incorporate the other half of the cycle of life, which is the mother, because he didn't know that the mother existed, which is a whole nother video I'll go into, and I have gone into in the past, but I want to stay on point, which is spiritual and religious abuse. Now, that can happen on many different levels. You know, we've heard many horrific stories about sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse within the church, within the system. But that's not the part of it that I want to focus on. The part of it that I want to focus on is the teachings. Because just like I mentioned with Jesus, his understanding of God, he did not quite understand the totality of God. Once he did understand the totality of God, Jesus left. Once he reached that level of transcendence, he actually left this earth, went back and traveled, and then he did come back and did a little bit more teachings in South America. But he was done. His time was done at that point. And then the problem with his teachings is that spun into religion. And then within religion, now it's everybody pray to God the Father. There is no mention of the other half of the life cycle, which is the mother. And what you all know, hopefully, is that in order to create life, in order to create a child, in order to procreate, you have to have a father and a mother. You can't just have a father. Because if you only have a father, you cannot create life. So Jesus's understanding was off. And that's one of the reasons why he was so upset too, when he actually went to hell, had a conversation with Lucifer, saw the other half of the cycle, the other side of the life cycle, and then realized, wow, I got a lot more to learn myself. But his teaching was actually put into your Bible, and everyone prays to God the Father. No one ever sends any energy to God the Mother, which is why we have a male-dominated society. We have a male-dominated system. We have a male-dominated universe. Women have been oppressed, suppressed, burned. They haven't been able to vote, and they've been looked at as unequals compared to men. That's not how the universe was set up at all. Do you look at your mother and father and go, my mother's weak, she's nothing, and I have to impress her and I can't love her? Do you do that? Maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you do. But my point is that you have two parents. They may not be in your life right now, but those two individuals came together with a sperm and an egg to create you. You cannot procreate and create life without a sperm and an egg. Doesn't matter if you're doing it in a petri dish, you still need those two components. This is why the teachings, and this is just one teaching that I'm going into, as far as religion is concerned, this is one of the big teachings that has been absolutely misinformation and lies and illusion, and it was done on purpose to keep you in the patriarch system, to keep you in the masculine dominated system. Look around you. How many high level positions in anything are feminine, are females? Very few, unless they own their own company. It is male dominated. But when God created the universe, God was all about balance. Because if you don't have balance, then you have... imagine if we were all created with just one arm. That's it. Because that's what you're basically saying, is that there's only one. But that's not true. In order to pick something up, you need two arms, two hands. And that's exactly what God understood too, which is why God created masculine and feminine. They were created of equal weight and equal power. So one of the biggest lies you've been told, misinformation, is that you should be focusing your energy on just God the Father. All you're doing by doing that is you are funneling energy to half of the system, to half of the life cycle. You should be praying and pushing energy and loving both. Okay? But that abuse in that system, as far as the teachings are concerned, is what I want to focus on, because that's just one teaching. There are many teachings. For example, the Bible. I'm not going to rip the Bible apart. I'm just going to point this out. In the Bible has selected groups of individuals to put their stories into that book, and then they labeled that the Bible. Were there more teachings at that time? For instance, Mary Magdalene? Yes. Why were her teachings left out and any other feminine teachings left out? On top of that, who created your Bible and at what time frame? And if you were looking to a book or a priest or a preacher or some other spiritual figure to get to God, then you are never going to get to God. Because what you're saying is that this person, who is a person in a body, who is basically like you, is more spiritual and has more access to God than you? Well, you've just limited yourself. That's abuse. by the way. That is the priest or the preacher saying, I am the one that has access to God. I am the one that knows and has done the work. You must go through me. That's not accurate. In fact, that's not even what Jesus was trying to teach, nor Mary Magdalene. They were trying to teach that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. I and the Father, or I and God, are one, meaning there's no separation between me and God. There should not be any separation between you and God either. So if you're trying to put some false icon, some false entity in between you and God, then you are never going to reach God, the full essence of God. And that is abuse. The way they have twisted the truth about God, about getting to God, and about the teachings has really downplayed, has really abused the people. Because you've been led to believe in something that actually has a lot of falsities within it. And that's actually harming you. Then you get into fake spiritualists and fake prophets, cults and covens. Now, those individuals can be at different levels. For example, a fake spiritualist who says that they are the end-all be-all, again, very similar to the priest or the preacher that says, hey, the only way you're going to get to God, or I am your God, and I'm the one that has access. I'm the one that has all the answers. You have to come to me. I'm the gatekeeper. You're looking to individuals that are standing in the way between you and God. And that's what these fake spiritualists who have infiltrated the spiritualist community are doing as well. Especially when they don't even talk about God or show you the way back to God, that they have to be the end-all be-all, that you have to pay thousands of dollars to go to their retreats or their classes or their camps or whatever it is in order for you to find answers to your problems. Think about that for a second. Each single one of us is unique and individual. How is it that one person or a select few people have all of the answers to your problems, to all of your thoughts, your beliefs, all your emotions, everything about you? Do you really think that that person knows everything about you, can see everything about you, and that they have all the answers for you? No. And that is in itself manipulation. That's abuse. Someone who uses their gifts to say, I can see in your energy field, I can see the way that you're thinking about me, I can see this is about you, this about you, and then they're telling you how to live your life and what you should do. That's abuse. That is manipulation. And those individuals that are using those tactics are actually using what abilities they might have against others. And that's against universal law. And the karma for that is going to be bad. People like John of God, the Bikram guy, Teal Swan, just to name a few of individuals who have used their gifts, and in some cases, their stolen gifts and abilities, and are also part of the greater problem, which is covens, which is witches, warlocks that use energy, they use tools, they use manipulation, they use psychics, they travel in the web, and they actually download misinformation, they cross your wires, they attack your energy. These individuals use their powers to manipulate others to maintain power, to gain more power and control. That's evil. But they are in the system. There's a lot of them out there. And none of them talk about God in the, hey, You're the guru. Hey, you have the answers. Here's what I did. Here's what I would suggest. Here's what I would recommend. But it's up to you to do the work. You're the only one that can. That type of abuse, when you come out of a cult, when you come out of a spiritual retreat or a spiritual cult, it's another cult, or you come out of a religious cult or anything at that level, to me, that is the worst form of abuse. Reason being is because they are attacking the root of who you are, your I am, which the root of who you are is I am God, once you understand that. Because these individuals and the greater dark web of individuals who control and manipulate most of the society here, they understood that, which is why they attacked religions, which is why they infiltrated religion, which is why they infiltrated and controlled religion, which is why they infiltrated and control spirituality. Because they want to be your God. These false idols, they want you to go to them for all of the answers. They don't want you to seek it within yourself. They do not want you to be free whatsoever. And it's such a horrible dynamic to come out of. And the people that I've worked with, including myself, when I've come out of these situations and I've had to heal myself and understood, what the fuck just happened? I was at my most vulnerable. You were probably at your most vulnerable, looking for help. And that's when these energies come in and said, I will help you. And they're wearing a mask. I will help you. Let me show you the way. Follow me. I know the way. And then what they do is they manipulate you. They get you to believe that they are the answer, that they are your God, and that you must follow them. And then if you do try to leave, they abuse you, manipulate you, belittle you, berate you, make you feel stupid and less than. And then once you do get out of that dynamic, if you don't clear out the energy, you are still attached to that abuse and that manipulation. And then it really starts to mess with your head. Because then you're like, I trusted these individuals. I thought they had the answers. I thought they were my way back to my spirituality, my sense of I am, back to God. They betrayed me. Then you really go into a tailspin if you don't work through this stuff and do the healing. Because these individuals, their goal is to hold on to you. It's a narcissist energy. It's a narcissist energy that wants to glob onto you, siphon from you, use you, abuse you, so that they can gain more power over you. They keep you a slave. So if you have gone through this type of abuse, first off, I am so sorry. I know how difficult this one is. This one has been the one that has taken me the longest time to heal. 20 years for this one. And I'm finally getting to the root of it and seeing who attacked my I am and why. And it was for control. It was to siphon energy. It was for power. And they inserted themselves into my energy field and made me believe that they were my God. False prophets. I trusted them. I thought they were helping me. And I'm not saying all of spirituals are like this, by the way. I'm not saying that, because there are some good ones out there. It's your job to decide which ones are and to practice discernment. But if you have been through this situation, coming out of this and healing this is probably the most difficult. Because at the root of you, you know you're God. You know that's your source. And you put your trust in someone else to help you get back there. And they betrayed that trust. And now, not only are you angry with that person, and you're angry with life, and you're angry with people, now you're angry with God. And now you're even in a bigger, massive tailspin. So, I'm sorry you're going through this. I completely understand. I am an intuitive. I can look into people's energy fields. I can heal things in individuals that they may not see or are not willing to see. I am happy to help. I have been helping people for a very long time, and I've just recently started helping and doing healings one-on-one again, and I'm not charging because this is who I am. I am an intuitive healer. God works through me to help you. It's not me doing the work, it's the energy coming through me. And you are the one that makes the decisions and choices to make the changes. I'm just speaking what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing. See the difference? I'm not answering your questions for you when I get into sessions with you. I'm asking you the questions. I'm asking you to feel. I'm asking you to understand, because you are the one that has to understand and accept and make the shifts and changes within you, because it's your energy field. It's not mine. But if you have gone through this type of abuse, which to me, again, is the worst, I'm here to help you. Reach out to me. My email is in the description box. Let me know you'd like to set up a session. I'm happy to do so and help you in any way that I can. All right. I hope you have an amazing day.